in light of this circumstantial evidence, it helps, or it lends credit to the argument, my lord, that I couldn't even have conceived the idea, and so maybe alternative explanations could be carefully considered. So moving on.
Let her first interpret.
Liwo ebyali binsindikiriza okukola naye nga saabikola mu bugenderevu era sirina kye nakola mu bugenderevu ku kigendererwa ky'okutta. Sikkiriza nti natta mu bugenderevu, y'ensonga lwaki njagala kooti eno ereme kukkiriza misango gino, era ngenda kunnyonnyola lwaki ndowooza nti nakakibwa oba nasindikirizibwa okukola ebyakolebwa, era nga okuwagira obujulizi bwange nti saakola byonna bye nakola mu bugenderevu, neesigama ku bizibiti ebyaleetebwa oludda oluwaabi, era ngenda maaso okugamba nti satta baana bano mu bugenderevu aboogerwako abana, era ngamba nti ndi muntu ayogerwako nti nina empisa ennungi, neeyisa bulungi, ndi wa kisa, nkola nnyo era nga ndi wa mugaso nnyo.
2nd April 2026 on the CCTV analysis report. The images are on pages 50 and 51. Furthermore, the flash disk of CCTV footages marked as PEX9B contains a video of the accused person captured on the day prior to the incidents parking at Renewal Circle, which is close to the scene of crime. My lord, this prompted us to believe that this heinous act was premeditated. The evidence of PW17 also implicates the accused person, most especially in his forensic report which was tendered in this honorable court and marked as PEX16. He concluded on pages 19 of 28 of the report, paragraph 18.
You concluded on which page?
On pages 19 of 28 of the report, paragraph 18. Putting the accused person at the scene of crime by virtue of the DNA examinations made on his sunglasses, shirt, black trouser, knife, vis-a-vis the DNA examinations he made on the bodies and clothes of the four deceased juveniles. With the above, we are convinced that the prosecution has also proved the fourth ingredient beyond reasonable doubt. In his defense, my lord, the accused person said that he didn't intentionally cause the death of the 4 children. And that he was coerced to accept the charges. Furthermore, he requested this honorable court not to honor the prosecution prayer to convict him on the 4 charges of murder, because he contends that there are circumstances that forced him to act the way he acted on the 2nd day of April 2026. However, my lord, he didn't present any evidence to support his claim. Whereas in the evidence...
Okay, go slow.
Okay.
He was supposed to act in the way he did on the 2nd of April 2026.
However, he didn't present any evidence to support his claim. Whereas in the evidence of PW11 Dr. Nwamanya, who examined the accused person on police form 24, which was tendered in this honorable court as PEX7, he was absolutely clear that basing on his psychiatric
Okay, PF24 exhibit PX7
was absolutely clear that basing on his psychiatric interview and personal mental state examination,
basing on his
psychiatric interview and personal mental examination at the time the accused was presented to him, he established that Mr. Onyum Christopher Okello had no established mental disorder. This collaborates with the evidence of Dr. Rogers Agenda in his sanitary assessment report, which was admitted on court record as PEX8A. We are therefore convinced that the accused person is mentally stable, as opposed to the evidence in his defense. My lord, the accused person presents the other 2 defense witnesses, but according to us, their evidence was not concrete enough to water down the prosecution evidence.
their evidence.
Their evidence was not concrete enough to water down the prosecution evidence, my lord. My lord, in conclusion, we are convinced this that the prosecution has proved the ingredients in the 4 counts beyond reasonable doubt.
Prosecution has?
Prosecution has proved all ingredients in the 4 counts beyond reasonable doubt. We therefore advise this honorable court to convict the accused person in the 4 counts as charged. That's our humble opinion, Your Lordship.
From the angry crowd which had formed at that time. And upon his arrest, the accused person was found with 2 new knives in his socks, and they were recovered from him.
Nti Aneti naye yali alabye nga asala abaana abamu ne keyateeka omulala eyaliwo bakuba enduulu, era bwe bakuba enduulu Silas Bukenya, Moses eyali omukuumi, Bashiru ne Timothy bajja. Bwe bamala okujja oli n'abalaba n'asuula akambe n'akasuula wabweru wa geeti, era ne bamukwata ne bamugayira mu kayumba ak'omukuumi nga bamutaasa abantu abaali batandise okujja. Era bwe bamukwata ne basanga nga yali alina obwambe bubiri bupya mu stockings ze.
3 of the attacked children, namely Eteku Gideon, Kisha Agenroth Otim, and Ignitia Seryange, were rushed to Wensi Medical Center, which is about 300 meters away from the center, hoping to save their lives. However, they were pronounced dead on arrival.
Abaana abasatu Eteku, Keisha ne Seryange babatwala ku ddwaliro lya Wensi Medical Center nga balowooza bayinza okubataasa, naye bwe baatuuka ne bagamba nti bali bafudde.
Ryan Odeke, who was clearly dead, was left at the veranda but was also later taken to Wensi Medical Center by police.
Ryan Odeke eyali asigadde naye nga yali afudde, baali bamulese ku kabalaza, naye oluvannyuma naye bamutwala ku ddwaliro lya Wensi.
The dead bodies of the 4 children were then taken to Mulago, Kampala, capital city mortuary by police, and post-mortem examinations were done on them by Dr. Katongole Abdul, who described the injuries on all the bodies of the 4 children to have been on the necks, and concluded that the cause of death for the 4 children was hypovolemic shock due to deep cut injuries to the neck.
Nti emirambo gino oluvannyuma bagitwala e Mulago mu ggwanika, era omusawo gwe bayita Katongole n'akebera emirambo n'annyonnyola nti bonna baali balina obuvunne mu bulago, ate n'agamba nti ekyabaviirako okufa babafumita nnyo ne bavaamu omusaayi mungi.
The police officers from Kabalagala Division of Police visited the center, which they termed as the primary scene of crime, and recovered the killer knife and the 2 other knives and a backpack which was also recovered on the accused person, picked some suspected blood from the compound, among others.
Nti abasirikale ba poliisi e Kabalagala bagenda mu kifo ekyo we batira abaana ne bajjayo obwambe bwe basangawo, ne bajjayo n'ensawo omuwawaabirwa gye yali alina, era ne batwalako n'omusaayi gwali mu luggya.
The samples recovered were subjected to DNA analysis and the report was admitted in evidence.
Nti omusaayi ogwo bagutwala ne bagukebera, era ebyava mu kukebera babireeta ng'obujulizi.
The police officers also removed the accused person from the guardhouse at the center amidst the angry crowd which desired to lynch him, and they took him to Kabalagala police station.
Omuwawaabirwa bamugya mu kayumba k'omukuumi, era ne bamukuuma abantu abaali batuusawo nga bagala kumutta, ne bamutwala ku poliisi e Kabalagala.
On 3rd April 2026, the accused person led the investigating team to his house, which he had rented in Chanja at Namugera Close, Katumba Zone. A search was conducted in the accused's house, and a number of items were recovered, which included electronic devices, 2 laptops, 2 mobile phones, and 3 hard drives. which were subjected to forensic analysis, and a digital analysis report was also admitted as evidence.
Nga 3 Ogwokuna 2026 omuwawaabirwa yakulemberamu abali banoonyereza omusango guno n'abatwala mu nnyumba ye gye yali apangisa ekyanja, era bwe bayingira ennyumba ne bajjaaza bajjamu ebintu nga laptop 2, amasimu n'ebintu ebirala.
The other items recovered were 2 American passports, a driver's license from the state of Virginia, a sanity report dated 30th December 2025, and 5 new knives, among others.
Nti ebintu ebirala bye bajjamu passports 2 eza America, bajjamu driving permit, ne bajjamu obwambe 5, ne bajjamu ne report gye bali bamuwandiikidde okuva mu ddwaliro nga bagamba omutwe gwe gwali gukola bulungi.
The accused was examined on police form 24 by Dr. Emmanuel Nwamanya, who testified as PW11, and he was found to be mentally normal. It was upon that background that the accused was indicted for murder in 4 counts, hence this case. Parish, Makinde Division, Kampala District.
Oludda olwabi lwaleeta obujulizi okulaga nti abaana bano asooka Eteku yali wa myaka 2 n'emyezi 6, owokubiri Keisha yali wa mwaka 1 n'emyezi 11, owokusatu Seryange yali wa myaka 2 n'emyezi 4, asembayo Okellos yali wa mwaka 1 n'emyezi 3, nga bonna baali mu ssomero lya Gaba Childhood Development Center, ate ajja kusigala ng'agisoma nga center, ate ng'essomero lino liri wansi wa church eya Gaba Community Church nga lisangibwa Gaba mu Makinde Division, Kampala District.
Keisha Ageno Roth, the team, was female, while the 3 deceased persons were male. The other 3 were male. And the center was founded by Gaba Community Church and operates a daycare and an early childhood program for the vulnerable and malnourished children who are identified from the community. The children under the daycare program pay some money, while those ones, the vulnerable, do not pay. Ignitia Seryange, Gideon Eteku were among the vulnerables, while Okellos and Keisha again Roth or team were under the daycare program.
Nti Keisha yali mwana muwala, abalala baali balenzi, nga bonna essomero lino lyali wansi wa church eya Gaba Community Church, ate nga baali balina daycare ate n'okukuumirawo abaana abaali batalina mwasirizo, nga babajjanga mu bantu ne babalabirira, ate nga bagamba baali mu daycare baali basasula, ate be bajjanga mu bantu nga tebasasula.
Christopher Okellos, who I will keep referring to as the accused person going forward, is a male adult, an American citizen by nationality and Ugandan by birth. He holds 2 American passports, and those passports were admitted in court as exhibits.
Omuwawaabirwa bamuyita Christopher Okellos, era tujja kusigala nga tumuyita muwawaabirwa, nga musajja mukulu mutuuze wa America naye nga bamuzayira mu Uganda, alina passport 2 nga za America ate zonna bazireeta mu buzibiti.
On 31st March 2026, the accused person hired a motor vehicle RAV4